Hey, fourth grade trombones. Hope you guys had a great weekend. All right, today we're going to start out with our mouthpiece. Let's go ahead and do some good buzzing. Go ahead, let's do some tonguing. Awesome. So today's warm up, we are going to start out with we're going to start with playing something called a 3-note scale. 3-note scale. So a scale is something that it's just like a collection of a pattern of notes, all right? And normally it's just like taking a note and having it step up and then stepping up again. And then it goes up to whatever the top note is and then it steps back down. All right, and the first note of the scale is always the same as the last note of the scale. All right, and the thing with scales is they're so important for all musicians. All right, it doesn't matter if you play trombone, if you play violin, if you play piano. All right, scales are key to learning that instrument and to learning how to play this music and read this music because the music is based on scales. All right, so our first scale is a 3-note scale. And we're going to start on our B flat. All right, this is actually something that you've already been playing and you didn't actually know it was called a scale. So we're going to now know it is called a scale. So we're going to start with our B flat, right up here at the top, right? First position, B flat, all right? And then we are going to go from that low note up, step up to the C, right? C is all the way out in 6th position, 6th. Then we're going to go to our D in 4th position, right there. That's our highest note right now. So then we're going to go back down to the C and then to the B flat. And that's it. So we go B flat, C, D, play the D only one time, back down to C, and then down to B flat. All right, and we're going to play it with whole notes. Whole notes are right here. That's a whole note. It gets how many beats? 4. Let's try it. B flat first. 1, 2, ready, go. C, D, back to C, B flat. Awesome. Cool. I'm trying to get this so that you can see a little bit more. There. All right. Awesome, guys. So that is your 3-note scale, starting on B flat, up to C, B flat, C, D, back C, and then B flat. All right, we're going to do the same thing, except for now, we're going to use quarter notes. So this is what a quarter note looks like, right? So a quarter note gets how many beats? 1. Quarter note gets 1 beat. We're going to play 4 quarter notes, and we're going to make sure we're tonguing, right? Ta, 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 tonguing every single note. We're going to do the same scale. So B flat, 4 quarter notes, C, 4 quarter notes, D, 4 quarter notes, back to C, and then B flat, 4 quarter notes. All right, let's give it a try. And then at the very, very end, after we play our 4 quarter notes on the B flat, then we're going to hold out a B flat. All right, here we go. Let's try it. 2, B flat, and better. I should just sit on this side. Man, I'll figure it out one of these days. All right, that was awesome. Guys, let's do that one more time. Quarter notes, tonguing every single note. Now that you know what we're doing, using our 3-note scale. 2, ready, and good. We're always going to hold the last note after you play the 4 quarter notes at the end. So like if we're in full band and I'm conducting and you're playing, at the very end I'll go like this. I'll conduct. Dot, 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 hold, and the percussion, when I get to the hold, they're going to go roll. It's going to sound really cool, and then I'm going to cut you off. All right, so someday when we get to play in band together, that's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait for it. And yeah, that's something that we'll do as our warm-up. Okay, this week I want you to use that warm-up that we just now did every single time you practice. So buzz first, then whole notes with the 3-note scale, and then 4 quarter notes with a 3-note scale like we just now did. All right, that'll be awesome. All right, guys, we're going to start now in our book with page 7. We're going to do a review song, and then we're going to do 2 new songs, okay? So our review song today is on page 7, number 1.15. Hopefully you guys have already gone through and marked those bar lines. This is a song that we were practicing a bunch last week, all right? So if at any point you're like, I'm not sure if I really know this song very well, then go back to last week's video, all right? And practice this one and those ones before it a couple more times, and then go to this video. All right, here we go. Look at the very end of this song. Remember what it has and what that means, because we're going to do it. All right, here we go. This should just be review. Let's play straight through it together. 1, 2, but take your time. Ready? Together. Hopefully you were able to stay with me in that song. If not, pause the video. You can go back and practice it, or like I said, go back to last week's video. But if it felt really good and you're ready to keep going, then we're going to turn the page over. Let's go over to page 8. And today we're just going to look at 1.16, A Claire de la Lune, and 1.17, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Those are the 2 songs that we're going to focus on. So, A Claire de la Lune, 1.16. First thing, we're going to airband it. All right, because that's the best way to first figure out what all these notes and positions are of a new song. So let's airband it from the beginning. I'll say the first 2 measures with you, and then you're going to say out loud or in your head the last 2 measures. So here we go from the beginning, practicing our positions and saying the names of the notes out loud. Here we go. Ready? And B flat, B flat, B flat, C, D, C. Now you say it. Two, 3, 4. Okay, awesome. Now, guys, I want you to take a look. We're going to count our measures really quick. So, here's the beginning of the song. It's circled. Here we go. A Claire de la Lune. Okay, so your book should look just like this. Now, this right here, where it starts, the first note, that's always the first measure, right? Right there, that's the first measure. Then we have this thing called a bar line, right there, that line going straight down on the staff. This is the second measure. There's a bar line. This is the third measure. And then this is the fourth measure. So there are only 4 measures in this song. I want you to find the third measure. So 1, 2, 3. That's the third measure. Take a look at the third measure. I would say third measure is the most challenging measure of this song. So that means we're going to focus on it. Anytime we have a measure that's challenging, all right, or it's a measure that you slow down or you get a little nervous about, or you're like, you kind of panic a little bit and you're like, I don't know those notes that fast. That means you need to focus on that measure. All right, that's just your brain telling you this is a more challenging measure, and that's the one that I need to spend a little more time on, right? Because every song has some measures that are easier, like the last measure in this one. It's just a whole note, right? That one's no problem. It's the measure before it, that third measure, that's the challenging measure right there. So that's the measure we're going to focus on right now. And this way, I'm going to teach you right now to practice, you can use for any song. If it's a band song, if it's a song from our lesson book, if it's a song that you're learning in 10th grade, doesn't matter. This is how you learn a new song with challenging spots. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to focus on that one measure that's challenging right there. The third measure, we're going to air band it first. Here we go. Say them with me. Ready? B flat, D, C, C, and then stop. Do that again. Same measure. B flat, D, C, C. One more time. B flat, D, C, C. Good. Now play it. Just that measure. Play just that measure. Ready? And. Good. One more time. That measure. If you can play it 3 times in a row perfectly, that means you're ready to go on. That means you know it. If you mess up, you have to go back and you have to start over. I had a trombone teacher that taught me that once, all right, when I was in college. So I had to play these parts of songs, 3 times in a row. And if I messed up anything, then I had to go back and start over. And he said that if you can play it 3 times perfectly, that means you know it. If you just play it once and you play it correct, that means, well, maybe you just accidentally played it right. And it's not really going to be right once you put it all together with the music, right? So if you can play it 3 times perfectly, then you can keep going. So let's play it one more time. Third measure. Ready? And. Awesome. All right, now we're ready. Let's play this whole song. Remember, at the very end of the song, it has the 2 dots. It means it's a repeat. So we're going to play to the end and jump back and play it back at the beginning. Beginning, 2. Ready, and. Repeat. Awesome. Good job, guys. Hopefully those 2 measures, or that one measure, the third measure that we worked on, was a lot easier now than it would have been if we hadn't have focused on it, right? And that's how you're going to practice all these songs and find those challenging measures and practice just those by himself. All right. Awesome. Cool, guys. Let's keep going. We're going to go down to the next one, 1.17. Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay, so this is a song that you guys probably have all already figured out and played on your trombone. All right, I know it was written at the beginning of the book with just the letter names, but this is the first time you're actually seeing the music for Mary Had a Little Lamb all written out for trombone, right? So this is exciting. Like, you actually can see what the music looks like for Mary Had a Little Lamb. All right, this one has lots of these kind of notes. What are these? Quarter notes, and how many beats do they get? 1. Okay, and it also has some of these in there. This is called a quarter rest, and it gets how many beats? 1. And then at the very end of this song, we have one of these. It's called a whole note, and how many beats? 4. All right. Air band it first. I'll say the first 2 measures with you. You say the rest by yourself. Here we go. Ready? And D, C, B flat, C, D, 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 rest. You say it. Rest, rest, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. All right. Let's pick one measure in there that's a little more challenging, like the first measure. All right, air band just the first measure with me. Ready? And D, C, B flat, C. Our arm has to move a lot. As trombone players, we got to get used to it. Our arm moves a lot when we play, right? One more time. Air band it with me. D, C. Move your arm fast. B flat, C. But never let go of that slide. That's really bad if you do. Please don't ever let go of that slide. As you move your arm fast, it's so important that you hold on to that slide and don't ever let go. All right, let's play just the first measure and stop. Let's try it. Ready? And. notice, in between notes, that's when I move my slide. You can't try to play and move your slide at the same time because it sounds like this. There are times that we get to do that as trombone players. It's called a gliss. But in all of this music we're playing right now, we do not want it to sound like that. We do not want any glisses. We want to have glisses only when we want to specifically have a gliss. Like this. Only play gliss when you're supposed to be playing a gliss. Play a gliss right now. B flat, down to C, back to B flat. Ready? And we play glisses because they're so much fun to play. But when you play Mary Had a Little Lamb, do not play any glisses. Okay. Now, one more time. Just the first measure, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Tonguing every single note, not glissing. Separate the notes. Ready? Play it with me. Good. Once you can do that, you're ready to play this song. Let's try it together from the beginning, as soon as you're ready. Here we go. To beginning and... Awesome. Cool, guys. So any of this music that we're playing, if there's ever parts that you're like, oh, it's just going too fast, play it slower. You don't have to play it all the same speed as I'm playing, okay? Pause the video, stop the video, practice it way slower. But after you've practiced it a bunch, by the end of the week, hopefully you're able to then play at least most of it with me, okay? And that's the goal. Try to be able to play it with me at some point, even if it's not till the end of the week after you've practiced it several times. But if you do practice that, it will get better and you will be able to play it with me, okay? But start it slower. Start out playing it nice and slow, okay? Especially breaking it down into those little, more challenging measures and focus on those measures, all right? And then put it back together, all right? The important thing is make sure that each time you play it at the same speed. So like when you start, whatever speed you start playing the song at, play the whole song like that. Don't start out slow and then say, oh, this is pretty easy, I'm gonna go fast. Da 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 da. Like you have to pick one speed and play the whole song at that speed. If then you play it at one speed and you're like, I can do it faster, then go back and start it over and play it a little faster. But stay at that speed. All the time when kids practice by themselves at home, you guys are really, it's hard not to change your speed, but you have to really focus on not changing it, okay? Pick a speed and play it at that speed and stay at that speed. Play it with me in this video and try to stay with me because I'm not going to change my speed. That's how you need to practice at home. Pick a slower speed, stay at that speed. Pick a faster speed, stay at that speed. If you can't get through it though because it's too fast, then stop. Go back, pick a slower speed. All right, just try to keep it even and consistent. All right, one more thing, guys, really quick. This week, I want you to, and from now on, each week, I want you to complete the below survey. It's underneath the title of this video. There's a new survey. I just want you to do it one time. It's just asking you how you're practicing because I know you guys are working really hard at home and you're playing, and I just want to know what you're doing. Are you just following this video? Are you also just like... Are you just following the video one time? Are you using the book? It's just to get some feedback because I know you're working hard and I want to know who's using these videos and you know what you're doing at home. Because whatever you're doing at home, continue to do that. All right. The most important thing is just get your instrument out, have fun, play some of this music, try to get better each time you play. All right, guys. I hope you have a great week. Practice those songs that we just worked on, and I'll see you next week. Bye.